Law enforcement will kick off a new awareness campaign for South Carolina Special Olympics. They're going to host 5 polar plunges across the state, including one right here in the Lowcountry next weekend. News 2's Christine Kohler caught up with one of the driving forces behind this plunge.
Deputy Chief Stan Gragg of the Mount Pleasant Police Department is more than just a cop. His passion to make a difference in the community shows.
Several years ago, a friend of mine asked if I would do the midwinter run, which we used to do the midwinter games here at the Citadel. And it was about a 4-mile run from Colonial Lake into the start of the midwinter games. And when I ran in, I was immediately hooked.
That's how Gragg got started with South Carolina Special Olympics.
It's life-changing, and everybody that has participated, I never have to ask them again. If I can get them to the opening ceremonies of, our big one is the Coast of the Capitol and then the Capitol to the Cauldron. If I can get them to run the torch into the opening ceremonies and see the raw emotion, the joy, the love of the athletes, then I don't have to ask them again. The cauldron down to top.
Last year, Gragg had the honor of attending the National Games for Special Olympics.
I was selected to represent South Carolina and run the torch around New Jersey and New York for the start of the National Games in New Jersey in June. And we didn't know up until the last minute that we were also going to get to escort our state contingents into the opening ceremonies. Carolina should be proud. Even though we have one of the smallest programs in the country, we had one of the largest contingents.
This year's South Carolina Special Olympics is expanding its awareness campaign to include polar plunges across the state.
This will be our inaugural polar plunge here, but we just did one, the law enforcement torch run out of Columbia. We just did one at Lake Murray this past Saturday. The Saturday before that was in Horry County, and we have one in Rock Hill and one in Columbia at USC this weekend.
In hopes of more and more support for Special Olympics.
Our goal is to raise awareness. As a Law Enforcement Torch Running Council, we changed our goals this year, or last year, and it was to raise awareness. And because historically it's been raise awareness and funds, but we decided that if we raise awareness, the funds would come. And sure enough, the outpouring, we had our best year ever last year, $690,000 for the state. And the Polar Plunge is no different.
In Mount Pleasant, Christine Kohler, News 2.
And as Rob just told me, the water temperature about 50 degrees, so should be fun. You can do the Polar Plunge along with Chief Deputy Gragg. It's happening Saturday, February 28th at the Windjammer on Isle of Palms. Registration opens at 10:30. The plunge taking place at 1 o'clock. For more information, you go to our website, counton2.com.